What is up, guys? Jordan here with the Deck Box, coming back to you tonight with another top deck. That is a deck that has done well at recent tournaments and is kind of getting some hype. And so the deck that I wanted to look at tonight was actually, it's called KicaBulu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I guess kind of the genius behind it was Peter Kica, aka Peter Joltik, and it has been dubbed KicaBulu. And obviously we all know about KicaBulu and how it basically functions and the typical 60 cards that go with it. But Peter has gone and kind of switched up what people know, and not a ton, but just enough to make a difference, I think, in the overall construct and the gameplay, of course. So we're going to look at that list today. We're going to see what makes it good, see what makes it tick, and then maybe get a game or two on the ladder to kind of show it off. But first, well, no, I'm going to run through the list first, and then I'll tell you what Peter had to say about it. So obviously it is a KicaBulu list. So it does run Tapu Bulu, but this one runs 4. I think the typical number is 3, so it ups it to 4. That way you can kind of guarantee the Tapu Bulu as a start. And of course it has, its main attack is going to be Nature's Judgment, doing 120 or an additional 60 if you choose to discard all your energy. What's great about this Pokemon, though, is it can get that early Horn attack. If you go second, you can at least get an attachment and attack and poke for 30, which I know doesn't seem super significant, but with a choice band that could be 60 on EX or GX, so you're setting something up for a knockout the next turn, or if it's a basic, you know, you're doing something. It's better than nothing, and so that's something to consider with that first attack. If you have the chance, use it the first turn, and then from there you should be able to use Nature's Judgment. And of course you do have Tapu Wilderness. GX does 150 damage for 2 grass and a colorless, and you get to heal all the damage that is on Tapu Bulu, which is great. It has 180 HP, so he can take a little bit of a hit. The key, though, is he also has a 3 retreat cost, which is great because we can use Heavy Ball to search him out and get him out there and just set up. So that will be the main attacker of your deck. That's who you're going to want to set up. And of course you're going to set up the Tapu Bulu with your Vikavolt. It has that strong charge ability. Once during your turn before you attack, you may search your deck for a grass energy and a lightning energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. So obviously this has great synchronization with Nature's Judgment, being able to do 180, discard all the energy. Next turn, just have a single attachment of a grass energy, has to be grass, and then the strong charge for another grass and a lightning, and Tapu Bulu set up again, swinging for potentially 210 damage with the choice band, which very, very important number right now. We're seeing a lot of stage 1s in the game right now. Zoroark, Lycanroc. We're going to have the new evolutions coming out. It seems like people have kind of settled in the stage 1 area. Obviously there's some stage 2s still. There's going to be some metals that are stage 2. There currently are metals that are stage 2, just not as good as they could be. Guardies kind of going off the radar a little bit. So 210, 200, those are the perfect numbers to try to hit. And then of course if you're not hitting the 210, you could be hitting 180, which of course takes care of other Tapu Bulus, Tapu Leles, Volcanions, and then the choice band helps us with Ho-Ohs and Turtonators and things like that. So it takes down all the big basics and the stage 1. So very, very important to be able to get the strong charge ability going with the Tapu Bulu to speed through things. That's kind of the key of this deck, is to speed through things. He does not run any Charge-a-Bug in this. It's just a simple 4-3 Grubbin Vikavolt line, and he uses rare candies just to supplement the middle. Right now in the current standard format, there's really no item lock. So I mean, what, Noivern locks, but no one plays Noivern. So you don't really have to worry about that. So you just use the rare candies to supplement, go straight from Grubbin to Vikavolt, and start using your strong charge. And of course, something to consider as well, Vikavolt's not a bad backup attacker. With the choice band, it can also do 180. It's not typically what you want to go for, but if for some reason you don't have a Tapu Bulu out, or that you're kind of down to that, or you're trying to only give up 1 prize as opposed to 2, you can use this 1 prize attacker, swing for 180, take down a Lele, take down a Bulu, all those other Pokemon I mentioned. You don't need a choice band to take down a Ho-Oh, so it takes a little bit less because it is weak to lightning, so there's something to consider. Celesteela, 200 HP. A choice band normally wouldn't hit 200 HP, but this Vikavolt hits that for weakness. So just a few different considerations. If you need to hit something for weakness, which there's not a ton of it right now, but if there is in your matchup, or like I said, if you want to only give up one prize as opposed to two, it can be decent for you. Just an option. Then from there we have support Pokemon, one Oranguru to use that Instruct ability. You're going to be thinning your deck out a lot with Strong Charge, so you're not going to be drawn into a bunch of energies. You're going to be drawing into things you can use, a lot of items and things like that. And so once you shrink down your hand, you can use Oranguru to keep digging. Maybe you need to hit that energy. Maybe you hit Guzma or Choice Band or something. Oranguru will be there to help you do that. Once you sped through your resources early on and then continue to use your items, Oranguru will be there to build your hand back up. It's also end protection for you. And then we have two Tapu Lele GX, just for that Wonder Tag ability to search out any supporter. But Energy Drive is also not a bad consideration, depending on the situation. Maybe you can't get 3 energy onto a KicaBulu, but you can use Strong Charge to just get 2 on Lele and maybe take a knockout, depending on what the situation is. Tapu Lele can be there as an optional backup attacker. So that's the Pokemon line. Pretty basic. No fancy text or anything like that. You're just going straight consistency. This is what you're like. The key of your deck is to hit hard with Bulu, to set up with Vikavolt. That's all you need. Just set up with those. Use your support Pokemon to get what you need to put the pieces together, and you're good to go. And what's interesting about this deck is, even though it is a Stage 2 reliant deck, I don't consider it the same as most Stage 2s. Since you have so few Pokemon, it seems like you can more consistently hit what you need to hit. It's like everything is there for one purpose. You don't have to worry about drawing into your tech Pokemon or anything like that and clogging anything up. There's no terrible starts. I mean, you obviously don't really want to start with a Oranguru or a Grubbin in the active, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. You can work your way out of that. That's the good thing about this deck is there's not really many dead ends. Next, moving into our trainers, mainly our items. 2 Energy Recycler. This obviously you're going to put back all your energy once you've discarded it. Very, very important card in this list. It's not one that you want to discard. If you have to, it better count. Otherwise, you're losing the game for yourself, because you will run out of energy if you're not taking one-shots. If you're taking one-shots, you're probably not going to have to worry too much about Energy Recycler. But if you're up against a Decidueye or something, obviously you're going to have to 2-shot it anyway. But if you get knocked out, you're losing your energy and you're having to build back up. So keep that in mind throughout your matches. Keep your Energy Recyclers on hand when you need them. Then we have 2 Field Blower. Obviously, we are very reliant on our abilities, but there's not a ton of Garb right now. So I think the happy balance is 2. You can get rid of Fury Belts, you can get rid of Float Stones, things like that to kind of mess your opponent up. But at the same time, if you do come up against Garb, you're covered to be able to take a couple knockouts the way you need to. I think 2 is the appropriate number there. You can also get rid of Parallel Cities this way. You don't run any stadiums of your own. So the Field Blower is really there to get rid of stadiums at this time. Like I said, if you come up against a Garb, you are covered. Next, we're looking at the Heavy Balls. We do run 2 of those, and that covers, oh, sorry, wrong card. You can get your Vikavolt out. It has 3 retreat cost, and wrong card again, wrong Tapu. And Tapu Bulu has 3 retreat costs. So those 2 Pokemon, that takes up 7 of your 14 slots. So half your Pokemon can be searched out with Heavy Ball. That is why we do run 2. Then we do run 1 Nest Ball, and that, I mean, you can search for 11 of your 14. You only want to search for 9 of your 14, but that's still a large chunk of your Pokemon. Your Orangurus, your Grubbin, your Tapu Bulu. You can search for Lele. Do not search for Lele with Nest Ball. It will be a waste. Do not do that. You want to use the Nest Ball for Oranguru, Grubbin, or Bulu. That is the key. Mainly probably Grubbin or Oranguru, because you can use your Heavy Ball for Bulu. So try to make use where necessary. The last ball search, of course, is for Ultra Ball. Super consistency to try to get the Leles, and then of course it can search for anything else. So your ball support, or your ball search support in this deck is insanely high. 7 different balls to search with, and that should help you really set up quickly. Next, we have 4 rare candy. As I mentioned before, you're going straight from grubbin to Vikavolt, so you need to have the consistency of hitting the 4 rare candy. So between a Rangaroo, your draw supporters, and Skyla, he does run 2 Skyla. This helps you search for an item. So the Skyla is going to help you search for your rare candy or maybe a heavy ball to go straight into Vikavolt. So there's really no reason you shouldn't hit this because you have Lele to search for Skyla. You have rare candies that you can draw into and heavy balls you can draw into. Like so many different options. And just kind of speeds things up. So that is why we run 4 of those. Then we do run 1 Super Rod just to get our Pokemon back. We are going to have some knocked out. That's just part of the game. But if we need one back in a tight spot, we can get them back. I already mentioned the Ultra Ball. Then we have 4 Guzma. This is just so we can get whatever we want stuck in the active to either take KO or to stall our opponent while we try to set up a little bit. Again, super consistent with the 4 Guzma. This is the part of the deck where, to me, things got kind of weird, and I don't say weird in a bad way. I think it's a good weird. So typically, this list is going to run Bridget, probably two counts of that, and you're going to do that to get your Grubbin, your Rangaroo, and your Bulu out to set up. That way, turn 2, you can set your Vikavolt up, yada yada yada. And of course, the complaint about Bulu is always that it's not always super consistent. You can't always get that out. So what Peter went and did is he decided that he was going to play 2 Lily in place of 2 Bridget. And this is where it starts getting the conversation that he and I had. I asked him, why no Bridget and the 2 Lily instead? He said that Bridget's very slow tempo, which, I mean, it is. With as much as it does turn 1, it does one thing. That's it. It doesn't. It's not like a Sycamore where you could draw multiple different types of cards, or Lily where you draw multiple different types of cards. You have one type of card that you get out. You do get 3 of them, but that's it. It does one thing. It doesn't help advance your board state the next turn. So his whole point is on your turn 1 Lily. If you play your hand down appropriately, it makes your turn 2 Vikavolt more likely, because now instead of just setting up 1 Grubbin or 2 Grubbin, you're potentially setting up your Grubbin, you draw into your rare candy and your Vikavolt for next turn or whatever. You're getting those extra cards. And I know some of you are probably thinking, well, you're going to get N out of it because you're going to have 8 cards. They're not going to let you have 8 cards. That's fine. If I've played my hand down to 1, 2, or 3 cards, I'll take an N because I'm still going up to 6. So there's really no way it can hurt, and that means if they're playing an N, they're drawing only 6 as opposed to 7 with the Sycamore. They're not Guzming, they're not using their own Bridget, they're not, so they have to pick and choose what they're doing. And if you go first in the game, they're probably going to use their Bridget. They're not going to N you out of your Lily, so you're probably going to get to keep those 8 cards. So that was really interesting, and of course, later in the game, it adds additional draw support. Late in the game, you're going to be dealing with, you don't want to end yourself to a low hand size, so maybe you can Lily yourself into 6 cards. Definitely the better option. So yeah, it just has a lot of utility, and I'm excited to see how it continues to work. I've played the game, I think I've only played 1 or 2 rounds of this, and I was able to do the Lily and set up that way, and I still got my turn 2 Vikavolt, and I still won the game. I didn't need the Bridget. The Lily helped me get every other card that I needed. So that was a really interesting point of this deck, and I think that's kind of one of the main factors that makes it so different. I think the 4 Bulu count and the 2 Lily added is just kind of the uniqueness of it, and I really like that. So moving on, we do have 3 N and 3 Sycamore. So in total, we have 8 draw supporters with 3 different variants. They do different things, and what's great is if you have your strong charge ability going, you're not going to be drawing into unnecessary energy, because Vikavolt, you want to do the strong charge before you do your draws, because you're trying to set things up, and you don't want to draw into the energy that you need to use your ability for, because then you can't do it, obviously. So you're going to be digging through your deck, getting those energies out. So then from then on out, the only things you're drawing are absolutely necessary. You're not drawing into energy that you can't play that turn. You're drawing into an Ultra Ball. You're drawing into your rare candies. You're drawing into choice bands. You're drawing into a supporter for next turn. So it just, again, consistency, and it seems like many of the cards in this list, they don't just help you with the turn you're on, they set you up for the following turn. That way you're good to go. So just something to consider. Next, we already talked about Skyla a little bit, just to get your items out. One of those items is the Choice Band. This bumps us from 180 to 210, which is like the perfect number right now. And obviously we're going to use that on our Tapu Bulus to take down Zoroarks and take easy wins, really. Then we have 7 Grass Energy and 5 Lightning Energy to be able to get our Tapu Bulu set up. And then, like I said, we're just going to recycle them. So now we are going to hop onto the ladder. I haven't been on since I adjusted the prizes, or maybe I have. Yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah, and I heard they had Shaman. They had all sorts of good stuff. Shaman, and does it let you open this? No. Oh well, it's a pack, an old pack. So now we are going to hop onto the list, see if we can grab a win or two. And like I mentioned, I really see no reason why we shouldn't be able to grab a win. Hopefully I don't eat my words. Is this Greninja Zoroark? Is that what this is? I've been seeing that. Yeah, it looks like it is. I've been seeing that talked about a little bit. I've heard some people call it a meme. Other people say it's really, really good. I guess we'll find out. I mean, we have the weakness advantage. And like I said, hitting the 210 is great. It takes down the Zoroarks. So we just have to play our cards right. Not a great opening hand. Oh, I was like, mirror match. It's not even close. Those are my cards. Yeah, so it's that Greninja Zoroark. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't love my opening hand. Looks like I'm gonna have to N. Yeah. Oh man, we have a rare candy though. Now we're just gonna N. Hate to do it. Still not great. So I think what we do this turn is we Ultra Ball away our Guzma and our Lightning Energy. We will grab ourselves. Do I grab a Rangaroo and dig for 3 cards? I think I do, because next turn I have a Sycamore anyway. They're not going to be attacking me this next turn. They're going to evolve. They're going to do their water duplicates. So we'll try to dig through a little bit. Ouch. Okay, we will pass and hope that this gets better. I could have attached an energy to Grubbin, but I needed to discard something, and I didn't want to discard a Choice Band because I could at least play that. But I guess the energy probably would have been better. Oh well, we'll see what happens. So he's Mallowing right out of the gate. To me, that's a good sign, because I guess he's not going to water duplicates this turn. But it's a good sign because it means he has nothing to work with. Typically, you want to save that Mallow for a Zoroark play to pull off the perfect cards that you need, and he's not going to be able to do that. So that is fine with me. Alright, on to our turn. Ugh, gross. Man, that dumps 3 of our Gizmos. I guess I just bite the bullet. I mean, anything they bring up is going to be something to knock out. Alright, so good news is we get the rare candy. We get the Vikavolt. Gross. Yeah, I get rid of those. We have another energy recycler. I know I'm breaking all the rules I told you guys not to do, but that's fine. We can play our hand down and get the energies out here. The good news is we do not have to discard energy to take knockouts on the Froakies, the Frogadiers, the Greninjas, because we hit for weakness against those. So we only need to discard against Zoroarks, which is fine. Alright, so next turn, what we're hoping for is to hit an energy, because then we can retreat Vikavolt out manually if we really need to, which I know isn't like optimal, but I think it might be our best option at this point, unless we can top deck a Gizmo, but I don't want to use a Gizmo just for the sake of getting out of the active. I want to use a Gizmo to take a nice knockout, unlike a Zoroark, which if I draw a Gizmo, that would be the time to do it, I think, is against that Zoroark. Okay. So this is when we start seeing our ability shut down, which isn't good, so we need to hold on to that energy as long as we can. I'm just gonna hold on to that grass energy. Alright. I feel like I hold on to that energy. I'm gonna let him poke the Vikavolt to death until I can. Okay, he's gonna NS. That's actually okay with me. Try to maybe dig for our last Gizmo. Yeah, I can't believe I blew through those so fast. Wasn't. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we can take down. Yeah, we can take down Zoroark, but then abilities will get locked up from Greninja. Well, let's see what he chooses to do. Okay, yeah, that's the right play. Set this guy up. And now we can kind of slow roll it. Definitely going to take this out, get rid of his main draw support, and a really good attacker. Yeah, Nature's Judgment. I need to take him out. Alright, so we get ways to get back Pokemon and energy, which right now we're not hurting too bad for, well, we're not hurting for Pokemon at all right now. So, let's see. I really am hoping that he has to Moonlight Slash this turn, like Giant Water Shuriken, the active Moonlight Slash, to take the knockout, and then we can open our abilities back up. I don't think he'll do that. He's probably smarter than that, but you know, who knows? If he does that, that helps us a lot. And if he doesn't, well, we just deal with it. Alright, so we didn't get to Giant Water Shuriken. I think I get myself another Bulu. Thank you. Yeah, I think I just do that. Why is he saying well played? Dig, 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 dig. I'll hold on to that. Well, hold on. Let's do a quick count. 1, 2, 3. 5 grass energies used. So we should have 2 grass energy left and 2 lightning energy left. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. I really want him to knock out the active. Alright, so do that. I'm not gonna... do I Sycamore? Do I not? No, I don't Sycamore. I have only 16 cards left. I don't want to Sycamore right now. I mean, there's nothing I'd be looking to draw, you know. There's a Gizmo. What are you taking out? Oh, you're just gonna stall. Bro. I mean, that's the way to do it. If he can get his energy to Giant Water Shuriken, let's see what he's looking like here. He's only gotten rid of 1, so I don't know why he's having such a hard time. I think we need a Super Rod back so we can start hitting these things. Do a dump? Yeah, we'll do it. We can rare candy. We can at least attach this. Get things set up. Alright. Hoping for a grass energy to start poking him a little bit. Because he's going to like 4-shot me. I can 3-shot him at least with Horn Attack. Alright, so there's a Giant Water Shuriken to take the bench one out. He could actually do another Giant Water Shuriken and then Moonlight Slash, the active, to take a knockout. Which I'd actually probably be okay with. But he's probably going to get another Greninja break. And if he does, then he'll just be able to Giant Water Shuriken back to back. And yeah. I think he may have us in a bind right now. Just drop. Oh no, I can't use my abilities, so dropping my hand size doesn't help. Those are the cards we got. Okay. Still only 2 energy. Let's click done. Shutting those abilities down really hurts. Now he's doing more damage. I guess we attach to a Vikavolt now. I just really hope he doesn't get another Gizmo to stall something. And that's exactly what he's digging for. So he's going to do 40, then he's going to do 120. Yeah, he's going to be able to... If he hits an energy at all this next turn, he's going to be able to take the win, because he's going to Shadow Stitch here for 40. Then he'll be able to... Oh no, he's going to Moonlight Slash. That is actually really good news for us. Okay. Because I guess he realizes he's going to get knocked out anyway, so he takes the energy back. Okay. But we can end him. We already... Man, we used our Super Rod. This would have been the time not to. Alright, so... What do we need to do? What do we need to do? What do we need to do? 3 lightning energy. I think we put those back. see what's in our deck. And I think we actually go and attach a bunch of energy to Lele and set Lele up to do some stuff. How many Gizmos have they played? Maybe I could Gizmo only 2. I don't know how many that list plays. Maybe 3. I feel like if we just prep one of these. Just build up Lele. We'll end them down to 2. Potentially get rid of that water energy. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we'll put this here. That way, if anything gets stuck in the active, we can get out of it. Tapu Wilderness GX. Heal everything off. Grass energy is actually really big for us. So it stinks though. We're down to 3 prizes left. We're actually probably going to end up having to take 4. Unless they bring up their Zoroark for some reason. Oh, okay, Zorua there. That helps. They could do the Devolve play. But then they just put themselves in a position where they have to take extra prizes. Unless they take a Ranguru, which is an option. Or no, I guess they Giant Water Shuriken twice. And then Miraculous Shine. Unless we can take them out. But we'd have to Gizmo, so we're not going to be able to take them out. So once they do what they need to do, they're probably Gizmoing here. Oh no, Skyline, okay. Yeah, so the... Oh, nope, there's game. Because of Zoroark. Oh boy. It's not a meme, guys. It's not a meme. That was not a good showing on my side. Not at all. That's okay. We'll grab one more. One more. Grass, water, psychic. Another bad opening hand. Oh boy. A Lele start. My gosh. That's awful. Genesect, of course. Thank you for that N. Thank you. They must have not had much either, but I'm not going to complain about that. Give me something. Alright, much better. We get our turn 1 Lele, we get Bulu, Grubbin, get an energy. It'd be nice if they attach a tool. They would feel lower. They might play Wishful Baton. But I don't know why they play it this early. Alright. Cool. I'll take it. Lay these down. It just stinks that we drew into something we can't eat. Oh no, not Gizmo. Lily for 5 cards. Cool, we can set up another. And I will pass. And what would be great is if we could draw into a Vikavolt or an Ultra Ball or a Heavy Ball. because then we could attach the lightning energy to the active, evolve the KicaVolt, get energy on the Bulu, retreat the active, and take down this first Genesect. And we'd probably just use the GX to do it if we did it this early. He's going to be swinging for 110 this turn, unless he can evolve his Bulbasaur straight into a Venusaur. Then he's doing 107. Oh, of course, he'll be knocking out a Tapu Lele, which is exactly what's about to happen here. That deck is nuts. Just absolutely ridiculous. I have a feeling we'll have to Sycamore if that happens. It'll be putting us in a really tight spot. There's that Venusaur. That's where the magic happens. Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I'm not a fan of this list. No offense, but I really prefer to have KicaBulu might not be a bad backup attacker. I'll do this first. Anyway, I prefer to have a Floatstone option in the list, or even just a switch or something, because getting stuck in the active really hurts. Alright, so we get a Heavy Ball, but we don't have a rare candy, but we do have Skyla for next turn. So what we will do is we will Skyla next turn for the rare candy, Heavy Ball, KicaVolt, and yeah. And then we actually, oh man, one more energy though, and he takes a knockout. That's fine, that's fine. We'll work with it. If we can survive this turn, like if he doesn't get another energy, we survive this turn, we can actually take the knockout next turn without having to discard energy. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Depending on what we top deck, we could actually probably do that too. If we top deck an energy, then we can for sure take the knockout. Has to be a grass energy though. Anything else is no good. Of course it's the lightning energy. Of course it is. And I almost put Grubbin in the active. Man. Yeah, I almost put Grubbin in the active to do that. Let's see here. This is not going well. We'll Field Blower his Wishful Baton away. Do this. What are we looking at? Get those back in the deck. Now we're gonna dump everything else. Alright. Staying alive. Dump this. No, we won't, because we're gonna hit him with that next turn. Alright, so now all that energy on his side of the field is going to go away, which is good. He doesn't have his Wishful Baton. The only problem is we're taking one prize at a time, just like slow rolling it. But if we can Because, I mean, they had to get 4 energies on there to one-shot a Bulu. They would need 3 in a choice band to one-shot us otherwise. And I don't think that that's an option for them. Because they might not run choice band. I don't know that list 100%. I know they just run a lot of those wishful batons. So this next turn we'll be able to get a Bulu down, grass energy, use strong charge to fill up another Bulu so it's ready to go, and then end them. And we should have, yeah, we still have 1 energy recycler left, and we will have to use that if we had to take down Venusaur, which I guess maybe we don't. I don't know if we one-shot Venusaur or if we two-shot it, because he's stuck in the active right now. That's the good thing. He is stuck. So we can kind of two-shot him unless he's able to Guzma, which if he's able to do that, he could easily take down our Vikavolt. He could take down the other Bulu, or the Genesect could, with Venusaur's ability. So do I one-shot it, but then he could be baiting me into getting rid of my energy. So this may be a Gizmo right here. We'll see. There's just so many options that he could go with. He is just taking his time. He has no idea what he wants to do. So he is going to play the Lele. Can't remember. He had play support this turn? Maybe that's why he was hesitating. He drew the Gizmo. Pokemon knocked out. No, he hasn't played supporter. Alright, so what you going to Gizmo? He's going to try to stall something, I bet. That's actually okay. Because even if he gets 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 80, it's 130. We're going to take down his Genesect. He just gave us an easy knockout. Thanks, bro. I mean, the big disadvantage are obviously discarding a bunch of energy, but we're going to end him down to 2. Hopefully draw into our other energy recycler for next turn. If not, it's, yep, there it is. There we go. And yeah, just take an easy knockout here, and then we'll energy recycle everything back and just keep doing what we do. Alright. I really would love to take down a Lele next turn, which I can because I have Gizmo. And I can actually do it with the GX attack, so I don't have to get rid of energy. Putting me down to 2 prizes after that. And then I have 2 Bulu set up to do what I need to do. The only problem is he's already down to just 2 prizes. He has no Genesect out, though. He's relying on Lele. How many choice band have I played? Just 1 in there and 1 here. I mean, if I could top deck a choice band, I could take a knockout with Vikavolt. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah, the more knockouts I could take with Vikavolt is actually better because I'm not risking as much. He's really taking his time. There we go. Alright. So he's going to energy drive, hit us for 100. Oh, that's right. Those each count as 2. Okay. Let me think here. I could Skyla Rare Candy for another Vikavolt. What does that do for me? I could Skyla for Choice Band. think I like that. Yeah, to be able to take a knockout with a single prize attacker, give him up, which is fine. Yeah, I think I like that play. Alright. I'll attach it here. Go here. Now it stinks because it shrinks up the energy in our deck, but we still have at least 3 more there, which is enough to set up one of these guys. We have this guy here, so we're taking down 2 here. Then we got to get 2 prizes with what he has. We can guarantee 1 prize on Octillery. We can guarantee 1 prize on Venusaur. So I'm okay with how this is going. He'll probably end up taking down KicaBulu. Because at this point he can't really stall me out because I do have Gizmos. There's another KicaBulu. There's another Choice Band. That's good. I can Gizma around to get the Venusaur. Actually, I'd rather Gizma around to get the Octillery, to be honest. Take it out without having to discard energy is kind of the key. What were we down, like 6-2 at the start of this game? We were just getting rocked. They should have another Shining Genesect. So either they're just not drawn into it or what, but they've gotten rid of so many energies. I think that just shows the inherent, I guess, comeback ability of this deck. Because if you have your abilities online, then you can do whatever you want to do, basically. As long as you have energy in your deck and your abilities online, you're good to go. Stuff like Greninja can really mess with you. Alright, so he's going to Ultra Ball. He's probably going to grab his Genesect. Which, I mean, that makes sense. No reason not to. If it's in there. If it's in his prizes, he might as well just scoop. I mean, the only thing he could do is maybe try to get 2 energies on the Venusaur, but by the time he does that, I mean, he'd be able to take down a Grubbin or the KicaBulu. That's all he could do. Oh, Fomantis. Oh, okay, that's right. They played Orantis in this list. Forgot about that. But still, slow rolling it. And that's actually an easy knockout, too. How many Gizmos have I played? I've only played 1 Gizmo. That was... Okay. So... This shows the inherent strength of Gizmo as well. Last game, remember I dumped 3 of them like early on, and it just screwed me. My game was done. But this game, this is the importance of Gizmo. Like, I've only played 1 so far, and now I'm so free to do whatever I need to do to take the win against this guy. He's down to 5 cards. He barely has what he needs to get by. So yeah, it's so much better. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I am going to Gizmo take down his Fomantis because let's see, that's 2 energy. He's got 7, so that's 9. I don't think he's gonna have enough to speed up his Shiny Genesect. He's played through 3 Max Elixirs, so even if he hit a Max Elixir and an attachment, that's 4 energy, 80, that's 130. He can only swing for 130. He wouldn't be able to do what he needs to do. So we are going to do this. We have a Lele for next turn to get our other Gizmo, or one of our other 2 Gizmos. I guess we can Strong Charge to set up another Bulu. I don't see why not. And now we can just kind of take it easy. So we are free to take a knockout on any of his Pokemon next turn. As long as, well, yeah, I mean, he can't get something else into the active and NS to 1 card. It has to be one or the other. If he ends us to 1 card, then that means our active Bulu takes a knockout on anything. If he Gizmos us, then we have a Lele in our hand to Gizmo him back. So there's no getting around this for him. We have the game in our hands, and yeah, okay. So here's the Gizmo. and that's fine. He's just going to stall. That's all that's going to happen. And then we will follow up with our own Gizmo. And I think we're just going to take down the Octillery and hit it really, really hard. And we will, of course, give him the well played. Oh, come on, dude. I wanted to hit you. That's fine. That's fine. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so you got to see a good match. You got to see a bad match. You get a little bit of both with this game, which is absolutely normal and fine. What we are going to do, I am going to buy a pack real quick. Because why not? Packs are always fun. Actually, yeah. No, I said I was going to. I'm going to. I'm going to pick up the Crimson Invasion. Because why not? I could always use more cards from that. We'll open this pack real quick. I will show you that list one more time. Again, it is called KicaBulu. And I like it. It's very different. You have to get used to it if you've been playing the other version with Bridget. But I do like it. It's a very interesting concept. And I think it works really well. And we draw Jack Squat. Let's see. Let's go here. Sorry guys, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is what I'm going to start calling top decks. These are going to be decks that have taken multiple tournament wins or even just like one tournament if it's like a regional or something. If it's a deck that's done extremely well, that will be our top decks. I am also going to be starting up doing some fan decks that you guys send in. I've already got a couple from one person that I've been meaning to get to, just haven't had a chance to get the cards for it to do it. And what I'm going to do with those is they can be goofy, they can be legit, whatever. No matter what, I'll probably take them, play a couple games, and then show my tweaks of what I would do to change them. If it's a goofy deck, I might just tell you, good luck, it's a goofy deck. You know, I'm not gonna tweak it. It's there to be funny. So, but anyway, guys, here is KicaBulu posted right here for you. Take the list, enjoy it. If for some reason you didn't screenshot this, which you should, just screenshot it now. You'll have it. But if not, it's all over Hey Fonte and Verbank. You should be able to access it there. I'm sure Peter would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. So guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. As usual, I've been Jordan with the Deck Box, where we want to know what is in your box. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you next time.